Now on Coast TV News.
It's a damp start to our Wednesday here on Delmarva, expecting on and off showers and breezy conditions throughout the day, but I'm tracking the threat of even heavier rain and wind tonight into Thursday.
Deadly Caribbean destruction. What is expected next now that the powerful hurricane has made landfall?
After a decade without increases, Denmark eyes higher fees and will tell you what those changes could look like.
Big spot for Fluharty.
Swing and a miss, strike three. Got him on a back foot sweeper.
How the Cape Henlopen alum was key in helping the Blue Jays win Game 4 of the World Series.
This is Coast TV News Today.
And welcome to our 6 o'clock hour. Good morning, I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, Matt. I'm Grace Eckerly, and thank you for being up with us. It is Wednesday, October 29th, 2025.
Grace got a little bit of wind and rain greeting us as we made our way out the door. It's probably going to greet some of you, too, if you're heading out pretty soon.
That's for sure. I wish you could have seen me this morning walking with my jacket over my hair, because that's the most important thing that you have to protect, right?
Do you have a picture of that? Video?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. Anyways, we're joined by First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono, who was also, I'm sure, taking very good care of his hair this morning in this drizzly weather. Good morning, Chris.
You got to protect that hair and you got to protect those nice shoes, right? As we take a live look into Ocean View, we got the wet lens there. We have a strong onshore flow that continues. We're at 53 right now, and we've been dealing with that light to moderate rainfall, drizzle continuing to stream in off the Atlantic. You can see more of kind of that fire hose effect, and that's really going to be with us through the morning and throughout the day today. You can see some spotty showers across southern Sussex County. Not a whole lot going on northern Delmarva. Area of low pressure off the southeast coast going to continue to stream that moisture into the area, but you can see a more potent system back off to the west. That's going to be pushing through later on tonight. We're at 32 as far as the gusts are concerned. Indian River Inlet, 26 in Rehoboth Beach, 53 in Rehoboth, 51 Georgetown, and 49 in Harrington. So not all that cold, but with that wind, very raw feeling out there. And we're going to have temperatures top out right around the upper 50s to near 60 with on and off showers and drizzle throughout the day. Now we have the yellow alert in place for tomorrow morning for the threat of heavy rain and isolated damaging winds. The good news is it's a quick hitting system because it's out of here just in time for the trick-or-treaters on Halloween. I'll break more of that down as far as the heavy rainfall and high winds are concerned tonight, coming up a bit later on in the newscast. Matt.
Thank you, Chris. And our top story this hour, Hurricane Melissa made landfall Tuesday in Jamaica as a powerful Category 5 storm. Officials described the storm as extremely dangerous with sustained winds near 185 miles per hour. At least 7 hurricane-related deaths are already reported across the Caribbean. Melissa is the most powerful storm to ever hit Jamaica.
Back here at home, there could be a big change for people who are visiting Delaware state parks. For 10 years, daily entrances and annual pass fees have remained the same, but Denmark says they're looking to change that.
Yeah, we now go live to Cape Henlopen State Park. There's Coast TV's Elisa Weber, and she has the breakdown of the proposed changes. It's also an opportunity for the public to share their opinions. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt and Grace. I'm here at Cape Henlopen State Park, which is one of 17 state parks that people can visit in Delaware. And since 2015, fees to enter parks like this one have stayed the same, but Denmark is looking to change that. Denmark says that all of the state parks are 65% self-sufficient and proposes for fee increases could help parks maintain current operations as well as perform projects like renovations. And some of those proposals that Denmark is talking about includes the in-state daily entrance fee for inland parks going from $4 to $5, beach parks $5 to $10. The out-of-state daily fee for inland parks $8 to $10, beach parks from $10 to $20. Annual pass fees for in-state visitors could go from $35 to $50. For out-of-state visitors, $70 to $100. Denmark says operating costs have increased by 127% over the past decade. And the public has a chance to share their opinions with Denmark about these proposals, and they can do that through a survey on Denmark's website, but that survey closes tonight at midnight. Back to you.
Thanks, Elisa. So how does Delaware compare to other Delmarva states in park fees? Well, according to DENREC, Maryland's annual fees for people who live there are $75 versus $100 for those who do not. Those daily entrance fees in Maryland range from $0 to $5, and for people who live there, $4 to $7 for people who don't. In Virginia, annual fees are $85 for everyone, and those daily fees range from $5 to $10 for everyone.
Happening today, an organization that is hoping to deter a big development in Milton in the Harbison area is making their case. The Sussex Preservation Coalition is discussing the Cool Spring Crossing development. Now, developers plan to build on 637 acres on Route 9 and Cool Spring Road.
The idea is a massive mixed-use development with more than 1,900 housing units spread across 7 villages. The coalition says it opposes the development, saying that it violates the current future land use map and infrastructure just can't handle it.
The last thing we need is 1,900 more houses. It's hard to get a medical appointment, and it's hard to go anywhere.
Supporters of Cool Spring Crossing say it will bring more housing options, some affordable ones, to the Cape region. And again, what we're talking about for tonight, it's a meeting of the Sussex Preservation Coalition. The next time the proposal is set to go in front of Sussex County Council is November 5th. Last night, Game 4 of the World Series, the Blue Jays call on Lewis's Mason Fluharty to help protect a 1-run lead in the 6th, and he does just that, getting the strikeout of Tommy Edman to end the frame. And then the next inning, the Blue Jays score 4 times to put the game away, winning 6-2. World Series is tied at 2 games apiece. Pivotal Game 5 is tonight at 8.
This just in, with the federal government shutdown threatening to cut off food assistance by November 1st, both Democratic and Republican lawmakers in Delaware now calling on Governor Meyer to step in to protect families who rely on SNAP benefits. In a letter from Democratic legislative leaders, those lawmakers said, quote, "We urge your office to authorize the use of state or federal resources to cover November's benefits for the tens of thousands who rely on them each month," end quote.
Similarly, the Delaware State Senate Republican Caucus and State House of Representatives Republican Caucus issued a joint letter to the governor saying, quote, "We respectfully request that your administration and Department of Health and Social Services Secretary identify and redirect any available funding resources to support the SNAP program," end quote. Both groups are proposing different funding options. And to learn more about that, you can head to the article on our website, coasttvnews.com.
The Delaware House Majority Caucus says 120,000 people in Delaware rely on SNAP for food. That program helps low-income families. Due to the government shutdown, the Food Bank of Delaware says it expects an increase in demand soon, and they're asking for donations. The organization says some of its most needed items include canned meats, hearty canned soups, rice, oatmeal and cereal, canned fruits and vegetables, formula, diapers, and shelf-stable milk.
Things to know: there are food banks across Delmarva ready to help people in need. These include the Milton Community Food Pantry, New Covenant Church in Lewis, Stevenson United Methodist Church in Berlin, and the Salvation Army Food Pantry in Salisbury. On the national front, still no signs of a deal to reopen the federal government as thousands of workers and aid recipients are bearing the brunt.
And Matt, this comes as President Trump continues his visit in Asia, preparing for a meeting with China on Thursday. NBC's Tracy Wilkins shows us what to expect from both issues.
South Korea, the last stop on President Donald Trump's tour of Asia as he prepares to meet with China's President Xi. Trump is saying a new era of trade is on the horizon, offering some optimism after months of a tense trade war with China. The world is watching to see if talks between the two world leaders can cool tensions.
You know that President Xi of China is coming tomorrow here, and we're going to be, I hope, making a deal. I think we're going to have a deal. I think it'll be a good deal for both.
But in the U.S., the government is far from a deal that will end the government shutdown.
The motion upon reconsideration is not agreed to.
The Senate failed to advance a Republican-backed funding bill yesterday. As we enter day 29, both parties continue the blame game.
And so 42 million people are going to suffer because they're playing political games.
25 states and the District of Columbia are suing the administration to prevent SNAP food benefits from running out this week, arguing that the USDA is legally required to keep using emergency funds.
I challenge Republicans to support use of contingency funds for SNAP benefits. What Donald Trump is doing, and Republicans in Congress are supporting him, is making this shutdown as cruel and painful as possible.
This as furloughed federal workers struggle without the checks they earned.
I'm simply a federal worker trying to do a job and bring home a paycheck for my family.
My utilities come, they're due. My car note is due. My insurance is due. It's hard.
Tracy Wilkins, NBC News, Washington.
Back here at home, Newark, Maryland is looking to make upgrades to its water treatment plant that's over 40 years old, and paying for it has been an ongoing challenge. Earlier this year, Newark learned that federal money earmarked for upgrades was denied. Now today, the town plans to inform Worcester County officials that it will apply to the Maryland Department of Environment for grant funding. Once the federal government shutdown is over, the town also plans to apply to USDA. Now, according to the Newark Water and Sewer Advisory Board, the MDE did not award funding for lead water service line replacements.
A road closure in Millville taking place on Monday, and DelDOT says Railway Road, this is between Old Mill Road and Pine Street, will close for the installation of a crossroad pipe, and this is the area that we're showing you right here on your screen. DelDOT says work is expected to last until Wednesday, November 5th.
And we're just getting started here on this hour of CoastTV News Today.
Coming up, solution for Seaford Inn, what the mayor is suggesting to give this deteriorating area a new life.
Also, action on airport upgrades. We'll tell you what new features could be coming to the Salisbury Airport.
Still ahead, permit portal now live, how it changes the process of buying a handgun in Delaware. And there is First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono in the Weather Center. He's tracking some stronger rain for later in the day, and we check in with him next.
Halfway there, halfway to the weekend, Delmarva. We have 2 more unsettled days to get through before sunshine makes a return as we take a live look into Cambridge. 50 degrees there. We haven't seen much in the way of rain there. Most of the light shower activity we have seen has been along the Delmarva coast, and we're going to continue to see that shower activity stroll in off the Atlantic. A light, moderate drizzle through the afternoon will continue, but a more significant storm system back off to the west across St. Louis and Memphis. That is going to be moving through later on tonight. The breeziness, well, that's going to continue. Gusts 25, Georgetown 32, Indian River Inlet. Quite mild at this hour at 51 in Milton to 54 in Bethany Beach. So mostly cloudy day with on and off shower and drizzle activity, and those winds continue to gust upwards of 35 miles an hour. And we're going to see winds approach near 50 miles an hour overnight into Tuesday. I'll break more of that down coming up in my full forecast here in minutes. Grace.
Thanks, Chris. The permit to purchase online application portal is now live. Delaware State Police say from now on, people that live in Delaware who plan to purchase or transfer a handgun on or after November 16th must first obtain a handgun qualified purchaser permit. On the website, you can see that on your screen now. Applicants can begin the process by reviewing the requirements, and when they're ready, they may submit the online application through that portal. For more on that portal, you can head to coasttvnews.com.
New this morning, health officials in Wicomico County are warning people to stay alert. This is after a fox tested positive for rabies. The Wicomico County Health Department says the fox was found near Ketchpenny Road in Quantico, and the department recommends avoiding contact with wild animals, avoid feeding pets outside, securing trash lids, and ensuring pets are vaccinated.
Well, you want to keep the umbrella handy today. We're going to have intermittent showers and drizzle through the afternoon. Breeziness is going to continue, but the wind and heavy rain really ramp up tonight into Thursday, and then we clear things out, but it turns quite blustery for the trick-or-treaters. My latest forecast just after the break on CoastTV News Today.
Time is 6:18, and here's a live look at a breezy scene at the Roosevelt Inlet in Lewis. You don't have the flagpoles there, but you can see the ropes that the flags hang off of. But Chris, we've been tracking this hurricane, Hurricane Melissa, and when it hit Jamaica, it was a Category 5 a few hours ago.
Yeah, a tremendous hurricane that blew through there yesterday, and we had actually a second landfall just a few hours ago in the Santiago de Cuba province, and you can see it's beginning to weaken as it is being impacted by the mountains of Cuba, and that's going to push back over the open waters of the Atlantic as a Category 2 hurricane passing into the southern Bahamas Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos, and then continuing to push out into the Atlantic, not affecting the East Coast as far as direct impacts. Could see some higher than normal swells, but that will be pushing through Bermuda as we go into Friday. We're dealing with some pesky showers this morning and drizzle throughout much of the coastal plain, and that is going to continue through the afternoon as we deal with one area of low pressure for now off the Carolinas, but then a second low pressure system across Missouri that is going to swing through a more significant storm system tonight. We're at 49 in Laurel, so it is a damp and raw start to the day, gusting to 26 in Rehoboth, 32 Indian River Inlet. We're at 53 in Lewis and 49 in Harrington. Coastal flood advisories are up through Thursday at 8 o'clock. We're going to go through multiple high tide cycles here. And coastal flooding, minor to moderate coastal flooding is possible in and in the back bays along the Chesapeake. We have gale warnings up through Thursday afternoon for gusts as high as 45 miles an hour off the coast. And we're going to be dealing with high surf as well through at least for the next 2 days. Temperatures today getting to about the upper 50s to right around 60 degrees. Those winds continue out of the northeast, gusting upwards of 30, 35 through the day. And then overnight, they really start to howl out of the east, gusting upwards of 45 to near 50 miles an hour through daybreak Thursday. We'll see wind shift out of the south ahead of a cold front that'll be bringing a heavy bout of rain in here tonight. So there's the intermittent showers throughout the afternoon and evening. Heavy rain builds in after about 1 a.m. and that continues on and off through about Thursday morning, and then we could see some of those storms could produce some locally heavy rainfall as well as a brief isolated damaging wind threat, but you see that energy pushes off the coast by Thursday and we begin to dry out. Now the Storm Prediction Center has a 1 out of 5 marginal risk in play for that threat of an isolated damaging wind threat, so make sure you download the CoastTV weather app. We're looking at a general 1 to 2 inches of rain with some locally higher amounts up to 3 are possible. The system pushes to the north into the end of the week and we dry out just in time for the trick-or-treaters, but it is going to be a rather blustery day with winds gusting as high as 40 miles an hour. We dry out into the weekend, sunny skies and temperatures in the low 60s. Matt.
Thank you, Chris. Cross Delmarva upgrades are on the way to the Salisbury Regional Airport. This includes work to modernize the air traffic control tower. Wycomico County listed the project in this year's priority list to MDOT, citing there isn't an upgrade on most of the equipment inside the tower in more than 2 decades. According to Salisbury's airport director, they are now in a position to move forward with a $1.3 million project.
This has been a priority for us for a while, and we finally found funding both through federal government and state and local resources.
Airport's looking to replace radios, weather systems, consoles, among other equipment, and Rudy says the plan is to bid this project out in the spring of next year.
Up next on CoastTV News today, solution for the Seaford Inn. We'll tell you how city leaders are suggesting paying for possible redevelopment. We'll be right back. The former Seaford Inn has sat vacant since March of 2020, and city leaders now weighing in on how to finally deal with it. The city's considering a plan to pay for demolition. That clears the way for redevelopment on Sussex Highway. The hotel, which was formerly a Holiday Inn Express, has visibly deteriorated. You can see that on your screen now over the past 5 years as it hasn't been used.
Be any number of different things for the city that the residents would benefit from. In its current state, nobody's benefiting from this. So as a city and the leaders of our city, we have to look into different measures.
The mayor says one option would be to let the city front costs and recover them later. If council signs off, staff would line up a demolition timeline and then consider proposals for what will replace it.
Good Wednesday morning, Delmarva. Hope you're doing well this morning. We are seeing showers, drizzle across the area, primarily along the beaches. Cambridge, we are relatively dry there with a temperature of 50 degrees, but we're going to see on and off showers really throughout the morning and afternoon through Ocean City and Fenwick Island. A breezy, raw day with temperatures in the upper 50s. The same for Lewis. We're looking at temperature 58 by around your lunchtime with those on and off showers and those winds gusting upwards of 35 miles an hour. Cambridge, a damp afternoon as we get up to around 56, and Crisfield 58 degrees with the scattered showers. We have Sandra Rambo, Millsboro, Delaware. You're the winner of our CoastTV weather umbrella. And as always, you get your latest forecast by dialing the First Alert Weather phone. We have some heavier rain and some stronger winds to contend with. That comes in tonight through Thursday. I'll break that down further in the next half hour. Grace.
Thanks, Chris. After the break on CoastTV News today, meeting to deny development. We'll tell you why one group in Sussex County voicing their opposition to a proposed project.
Also, potential state park fee increases, the areas where Denrick says more funding would benefit.
And the Caribbean taking the brunt of the storm. We'll show you how Jamaica is recovering now from Hurricane Melissa as the storm turns towards Cuba. CoastTV News returns after the break.
Now on CoastTV News.
It's a damp start to our Wednesday here on Delmarva, expecting on and off showers and breezy conditions throughout the day, but I'm tracking the threat of even heavier rain and wind tonight into Thursday.
Melissa's monster winds, the devastating impact of a hurricane that some are calling the storm of the century.
After a decade without increases, Denrick eyes higher fees, and we'll tell you what those changes could look like.
Preservationists push back. Why one organization is opposing a development planned for the Milton-Harbison area.
This is CoastTV News Today.
October 29th, 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Grace.
Good morning, Matt. I'm Grace Eckerly. Thank you for being up with us. And it's Wednesday, which means Friday's Halloween. We're getting pretty close.
Getting close. 6:30 right now. We're about to hit 6:30 in a moment here, getting through this tricky weather to get to a decent night of Halloween. I know we've been tracking that all week. Halloween Friday looks good. You just got to get through this tricky weather
yes,
first.
People starting their prep already. My grandfather sent me a picture of him batching out some candy, and I think that Chris would like it because he's got some dark chocolate in the mix for trick-or-treaters. And Chris, I know that's your favorite.
Yeah.
That sounds good. I still need to buy candy, but yeah, that dark chocolate sounds good, Grace. Good morning, Delmarva. We are dealing with some pesky showers this morning, some areas of drizzle, primarily along the beaches. As you can see, that stream of moisture coming in off the Atlantic. So it's a wet commute down coastal highways. You make your way down from Lewis through Ocean City, and not too much rain going on northern Delmarva, but a more significant storm system lurks back here off to the west. You can see it spinning across St. Louis and Memphis. That's going to be impacting the region as we go into tonight through Thursday. They see that area of low pressure off the Carolinas. That's going to be impacting us today with on and off showers and drizzle. We're at 53 right now in Ocean View, 33-mile-an-hour gust there, Indian River Inlet, 26 in Rehoboth as we continue to see that push out of the northeast. We're at 51 Long Neck, 50 in Milford, and we are at 49 in Laurel. So keep the umbrella handy today. Not a complete washout. Not going to be seeing a whole lot of heavy rain today, but just kind of that nuisance variety rain. Will top out around 60 degrees with spotty showers. I'll track more of that heavy rain and wind tonight. I'll break that down in my full forecast here in minutes.
Thank you, Chris. And our top story this half hour, Hurricane Melissa made landfall in Cuba early this morning as an extremely dangerous Category 3 hurricane. This after the storm devastated Jamaica as one of the strongest Atlantic hurricanes in history.
Right, Matt. And now Reed Binion is showing us how the damage and areas are recovering now.
The entire Jamaica has felt the brunt of Melissa.
Hurricane Melissa is being called the storm of the century after slamming into Jamaica with devastating effect Tuesday as one of the strongest Atlantic hurricanes in history.
Jamaica has gone through what I can call one of its worst periods.
Melissa made landfall as a Category 5 storm with 185-mile-per-hour winds. The massive scale of the destruction quickly became clear, with extensive damage reported across southwestern Jamaica. Schools, homes, and hospitals all affected by the hurricane.
Some of those areas, like St. Elizabeth Parish, are the main food-producing regions of the country.
St. Elizabeth is the breadbasket of the country, and that has taken a beating.
Officials said hundreds of thousands of people on the island were left without power. After tearing across Jamaica, Hurricane Melissa barreled over the Caribbean toward Cuba.
Storm surge along the southeast Cuban coast 8 to 12 feet above normal tide levels. And again, dangerous major hurricane force winds expected across portions of southeastern Cuba.
More than 735,000 people have been evacuated in Cuba, where residents and officials spent days preparing for the hurricane's impact. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
And we move on. People could have to pay more in the future when visiting Delaware state parks. For 10 years, daily entrance and annual pass fees have remained the same, but Denrick is looking to change that.
Live at Cape Henlopen State Park is CoastTV News reporter Elisa Weber. And Elisa, you have the breakdown of the proposed changes, and there's an opportunity for the public to share their opinions.
Good morning, Matt and Grace. I am here at Cape Henlopen State Park, which is one of 17 state parks that people can visit in Delaware. Since 2015, entrance fees to get into parks like this one have stayed the same, but DNREC is looking to change that. DNREC says that fee increases will help the parks maintain its services as well as renovate areas, because 65% of state parks are self-funded, and some of those proposals could look like this. In-state daily entrance fees for inland parks could be from $4 to $5. Beach parks could go from $5 to $10. Out-of-state daily fees for inland parks, $8 to $10. Beach parks from $10 to $20. Annual pass fees for in-state could go from $35 to $50. For out-of-state, $70 to $100. DNREC says operating costs have increased by 127% over the past decade. And here's what one out-of-state visitor told us what they think about these proposed changes.
I think it's fine if it's only $10 for the entry. I think it's fine if it's going to contribute to the maintenance of the park. It doesn't seem to be quite up to the standards it used to be. And we kind of just thought it was because of just the way the world is now.
And the public has a chance to share their opinions with DNREC about these proposed changes through a survey. But it's important to note that survey closes tonight at midnight. Back to you.
Thanks, Elisa. Happening tonight, the latest attempt by Sussex Preservation Coalition to make their case on the Cool Spring Crossing development. Developers plan to build on 637 acres on Route 9 and Cool Spring Road. That's in the Milton-Harpison area.
The idea here is a massive mixed-use development with more than 1,900 housing units spread across 7 villages. The Sussex Preservation Coalition says it opposes the development and that it violates the current future land use map, and also infrastructure cannot handle it.
Supporters of Cool Spring Crossing say it will bring more housing options, some affordable, to the Cape region. Again, what we're talking about for tonight is a meeting of the Sussex Preservation Coalition, not the county government.
House Democrats in Delaware say 120,000 people in the state rely on SNAP for food. It's the program that helps low-income people and families, and due to the federal government shutdown, the Food Bank of Delaware says it expects an increase in demand soon, and they're asking for donations. The organization says some of the most needed items include canned meats, hearty canned soups, rice, oatmeal, cereal, canned fruits and vegetables, formula, diapers, and shelf-stable milk.
Some things to know. There are food banks across Delmarva who are ready to help people in need. Some of those include the Milton Community Food Pantry, New Covenant Church in Lewis, Stevenson United Methodist Church in Berlin, as well as the Salvation Army Food Pantry in Salisbury.
According to Cambridge officials, the government shutdown is also forcing the city to make changes. According to its website, it will suspend utility disconnections for 2 weeks. City Manager Glenn Steckman explained that the temporary suspension does not forgive bills. This just in, Delaware Attorney General Kathy Jennings is joining 22 other attorneys general, including Maryland, in suing the U.S. Department of Agriculture. This is over the suspension of SNAP benefits during the ongoing federal government shutdown. The lawsuit claims the USDA is breaking the law by refusing to use existing contingency funds Congress set aside to keep SNAP running during shutdowns. And for more information on the lawsuit and what Delaware Governor Meyer said in response, head to our article on the website, CoastTV.com.
On the national front, still no signs of a deal to reopen the federal government as thousands of government workers and aid recipients bear the brunt. On Tuesday, the Senate failed to advance a funding bill as the shutdown enters day 29. Both parties continuing to play the blame game.
So 42 million people are going to suffer because they're playing political games.
What Donald Trump is doing, and Republicans in Congress are supporting him, is making this shutdown as cruel and painful as possible.
This comes as furloughed federal workers struggle without the checks they earned until the shutdown ends.
Newark, Maryland is looking to make upgrades to its water treatment plant. It's over 40 years old, and paying for it is an ongoing challenge. Earlier this year, Newark learned that federal money earmarked for the upgrades was denied, and today the town plans to inform Worcester County officials that it will apply to the Maryland Department of Environment for grant funding. Once the federal government shutdown is over, the town also plans to apply to the USDA. According to the Newark Water and Sewer Advisory Board, the MDE did not award funding for lead water service line replacement.
All right, listen up, fishing fans. The White Marlin Open in Ocean City, the world's largest and richest billfish tournament, will see a major change in 2026, extending its format to allow participants to fish 3 out of 6 days rather than the usual 3 out of 5. The 53rd annual tournament is set for Monday, August 3rd through Saturday, August 6th, with registration taking place Saturday, August 1st and Sunday, August 2nd. That's at the Harbor Island Marina.
And we got a lot more news to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, construction of educational wing. We'll tell you how the Milton Theater says the project will help them better serve students.
Also, Bayside to the Final Four, the goal that decided the Maryland regional title in an all-Bayside Conference girls high school soccer playoff match.
And Students for Fire Prevention will show you how Ocean City Fire Department used Fire Prevention Month to inform people in the area. Stay with us on CoastTV News today.
We salute Chief Keith Banks for his outstanding leadership and steadfast dedication to the Rehoboth Beach community. Under his calm guidance and strong sense of duty, the city continues to thrive in safety and unity. His commitment to excellence and service sets the standard for all who wear the badge. We honor Chief Banks for leading with integrity, compassion, and pride, keeping Rehoboth Beach a place we're all proud to call home.
Spicer Brothers and Coast TV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a Coast TV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
Good Wednesday morning. Delmarva is a damp and dreary start to our day as we take a live look into Lewis. Temperature there 52. We've seen some showers and drizzle across the area. We're at 51 in Long Neck, 49 in Harrington, and 50 in Seaford. And with the rain and the clouds and the windy conditions, we've seen temperatures quite mild. 25-mile-an-hour gusts there at Georgetown to 32 Indian River Inlet and 25 in Ocean City. There's the shower activity. It's generally on the light side, and it's been primarily southeastern portions of Sussex County on points southward. We've been pretty dry through most of Kent County and the northern portions of the mid-shore. Area of low pressure off the southeast coast will continue to spread showers in the area, but we're keeping a close eye on this stronger area of low pressure back off to the west. That's going to be bringing around us some heavier rain and potentially some isolated damaging winds as we go into Thursday morning. I'll talk more about this storm system as well as the all-important Halloween forecast here in a little bit. Matt.
Thank you, Chris. Happening today, free flu shots in Wycomico County. The county's health department says people can schedule appointments from 9 a.m. to noon. According to officials, they need to bring an ID and information on insurance and any medications in use.
The Ocean City Fire Department says it's wrapping up Fire Prevention Month by connecting with more than 800 local students, all with one life-saving message. Check your smoke alarms. The agency says it spent the month visiting schools and some daycares for lessons and demonstrations. Students also learned about the risks of lithium-ion batteries found in common devices like phones, scooters, and e-bikes.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good morning, sports fans. We had a wild and rainy playoff soccer match in Snow Hill. DSN's Ian Nicholas breaks it all down for you. Take a look.
Thanks, guys. After the Snow Hill boys program won their regional championship against Crisfield tonight, would the Eagles girls team do the same? Welcome into sports. I'm Ian Nicholas. If you asked that question before this season, it would probably not be a yes, given that their opponent tonight, Mardella, had won 5 straight against Snow Hill over the years. But the Eagles have completely flipped the script in 2025, winning both regular season matches, including one here from Snow Hill just 2 weeks ago against the Warriors.
Let's fast forward to 20 minutes into the first half. Mardella dominating possession, and they break the scoreless tie. Bella Campbell puts one through to make it 1-0 Mardella after losing their previous 2 games to Snow Hill in the regular season. It's Campbell. And they end up winning the whole thing, holding on for the final half hour of the match defensively by the 2-1 final score.
So where does the winner go from here? Well, they booked their ticket to the 1A state quarterfinals, still 3 wins away from hoisting a trophy. Reporting from Snow Hill, Ian Nicholas, DSN.
That'll do it for sports. Have a great day, everyone.
And coming up tonight on DSN at 6, we have live NCAA field hockey with Salisbury hosting Rowan. At 8, looking forward to this one. It is the premiere of Dynasty, the rise of Delmar field hockey. 9 p.m. you can watch Spirits of the Shore, and at 10:30 it is the final score.
If the weather's got you down and you're having a rough week, you can cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV with personal features, some fun things to do every weekend, and so much more. You can sign up for free at coasttv.com/sign up to get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox. Here's what you can look forward to this afternoon on Coast Life at 4 p.m.
Halfway through the week, hope it's been good to you so far, but we also hope that you're going to join us today at 4 on Coast Life, because when you do, you're going to get to hear all about the upcoming Beer Fest. We're also going to be chatting some video game safety. If you've got kids who play video games, definitely something that you want to tune in for. We are also going to be talking an international film fest, but a lot of local love that comes with it. All of that and more is happening today at 4 on Coast Life. We'll see you then.
Well, we have a dreary Wednesday on our hands with intermittent showers and drizzle throughout the day. A stronger storm system rolls in tonight, bringing heavy soaking rains and some pretty strong winds into Thursday. I'll break that down more further, and if we'll be out of here in time for Halloween right after the break.
All right, we're taking a look at Cambridge. Time is now 6:48 a.m. And Chris, it's kind of rainy on National Cat Day. I had big plans to take my cat for a walk in his stroller. I don't think that's the case given this weather, Chris.
No, maybe you want to keep the cat indoors today. Maybe you want to stay indoors today as well. We're going to be dealing with some showers and drizzle throughout the morning. It's that kind of that nuisance type of rain. Not going to be all that heavy, but you can see that stream of moisture in and across the Atlantic. We're dealing with one area of low pressure off the Carolinas, but a more significant storm system you can see here spinning across the Tennessee River Valley, and that is going to swing eastward through the day today and impact us late tonight through our Thursday. We're at 50 right now in Laurel. You can see the low clouds, misty conditions out there, and that northeast wind continues to gust upwards of 32 Indian River Inlet to 25 in Ocean City. Temperature-wise, quite mild this morning. We're at 50 Bridgeville, 51 Long Neck, 54 Bethany Beach. Coastal flood advisory for Sussex County. This is through Thursday at 8 o'clock. We're going to see multiple opportunities for flooding in the back bays through high tide cycles here over the next few days. And that coastal flood advisory extends southward into Accomack and Worcester counties. We now have a coastal flood warning, Dorchester, Somerset, Wacomico. This runs through Friday morning, and then we have those gale wind warnings continue off the coast through Thursday. High surf advisory, winds as high as 35 to 40 miles an hour through the day today. See those winds out of the northeast gusting upwards of 35 through the evening, and then they really start cranking overnight into Thursday morning out of the east as high as 50 miles an hour. We'll see those winds shift out of the south ahead of a cold front on Thursday. So there's the intermittent showers throughout the day and into the evening. Then the heavier rain rolls in after about 2 a.m., and that rain is going to continue into Thursday morning. Heavy at times, a rumble of thunder, even the possibility of an isolated damaging wind threat as we go into Thursday afternoon, at least the early part of the afternoon. I think by late afternoon into the evening, that system is off the coast. The Storm Prediction Center does have a marginal risk in play. Could see an isolated damaging wind threat. Some of these cells could produce gusts in excess of 55 miles an hour, so keep that in mind. Rainfall on the order of 1 to 2 inches. Could see some locally higher amounts where we do see some heavier pockets of rain. The good news is we clear out just in time for the trick-or-treaters. Yellow alert in play for Thursday morning for that threat of heavy rain as well as high wind. 61 into Friday, sunny skies, but a blustery day. Gusts upwards of 40 miles an hour, but a beautiful weekend ahead with temperatures in the low 60s. Grace.
Thanks, Chris. The Milton Theater is celebrating the construction of a new educational wing as work is now underway. The theater says this addition will better fit the needs of the amount of students that are interested in taking classes with them.
And Coast TV photojournalist Matt Hipsman shows us what's got Milton singing for joy.
3, 2, 1. Tonight we had our groundbreaking ceremony for our new education wing. Our new education wing is going to be a place where adults, children, the whole community can come. They can learn a little bit more about theater, learn a little bit more about themselves. It'll be a safe space for anyone that wants to enter our doors.
Whoa, whoa, Mamma Mia, here I go again.
What it's going to do is add a lot of space for our education program. So we really have seen that there's a great need here in Sussex County for more arts education. And this is going to add several spaces for us and be able for us to really expand the program out greatly.
Theater builds confidence in a way that few other things can.
We get to be able to get more kids to be interested in the program, and those that are already interested in the program, all of them can, we don't have to reject anyone basically.
Getting to stand on stage really gives you that confidence, that power in yourself to realize that everybody is feeling the same way. It's just a wonderful experience to make mistakes, to learn from those mistakes, and know that the mistakes are there for a reason.
And the time is now 6:53 a.m. and it's time for the best part of our morning. It's time to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
And here we have someone who's warm and cozy on National Cat Day, Grace.
Oh, look at Milo there laying by the fire.
Yeah.
Looks like a perfect way to stay warm with this chilly and dreary weather we're having.
You know, Miles snuggling up next to the fireplace. Was it perfect? Was that meant P-U-R-R or P-E-R? I'm just trying to know where you're going.
You're awfully smart, awfully quick with that. Now, this was submitted to us by Lauren in Rehoboth Beach of her lovely cat Milo, and we want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. If you'd like, you can send us some photos. Tell them what makes them so special. If you take a look at your screen now.
That is where the QR code is. Scan it, get your friends to us, then watch weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
Well, we've seen light showers and drizzle across the area this morning. Intermittent showers are going to continue throughout the day. Another raw day out there with winds gusting upwards of 35 miles an hour. We'll top out around 60 degrees. Heavy rain moves in late tonight through Thursday. Could even have a rumble of thunder as well as an isolated threat of a damaging wind with those cells moving through Thursday morning. We have that yellow alert in play. The good news is it clears out by Thursday afternoon, and we're looking pretty nice but very windy for Halloween. Sunny skies, but you see some gusts as high as 40 miles an hour.
So keep the candy under control. Okay, thank you, Chris.
Thank you for joining us here today on Coast TV News.
Today's show coming up at 7, and when we'll be back at midday for Coast TV News Midday then. Until then, have a great Wednesday morning, everybody.